and welcome back, guys. It has definitely been a minute. Before we get into anything, guys, I'm shooting from my brand new camera, the Sony ZV-E10, and I couldn't be more excited. Right, so before we start, please guys, please subscribe, please like, please tell your friends to tell their other friends to come check out what we have got. Today I'm going to be discussing, right, things to consider, like when you are booking a flight, right? And I'm going to localize this to South Africa. And maybe you guys, my other viewers, obviously, because I just don't have South African viewers alone, you can use the same tips for your own countries, right? So this is for December preps, and these are the tips you're going to use whenever you feel like, listen, I want to book a flight, but I'm not sure, okay? So I'm looking for those people on this video. I'm looking for the people who don't really fly, who've never flown, who want to fly, or have flown once or twice, but are still not into, you know, the flight booking, the flight game on, right? Because I know a lot of people would like to fly, but they get daunted. And they're like, I'm not too comfortable with online shopping. I'm not too comfortable, or I don't know how to go about it, right? So if you're that person, you're not comfortable with flights, and you want to be booking a flight, we're going to just do a general overview today of how and where to book your flight. So I just put out some notes because I'm so excited about my content creation, guys. How do you love it? We come back. We officially come back, okay, because I was struggling with space on my iPhone 13 Pro Max, but now we got the good stuff, okay? So the intention of this video, as I said, is to educate and to make people feel comfortable and to understand that booking flights has been made so easy. Okay, we all can book them, okay? And it's not something far out there. It's something that's easily accessible to all of us, okay? And all of the LSM, from a lower income earning to a higher income earning person, right? So now, the main thing, as I said, that we are going to be discussing today is the actual task of booking your flight, securing your flight, right? Getting a confirmation that, okay, your flight has been booked. All right, that's what we're doing today. I'm going to do different videos to cater for, obviously, the different things that do come with booking a flight. Right, first things first. Where can you purchase your flight tickets? And now I'm speaking to the average South African consumer, be it a lower LSM person to a higher LSM person, and particularly focus for the people who want to buy on a budget, right? This is people who want to buy but don't have access to a lot of things. Maybe you don't have Wi-Fi at work, or maybe you're not an online shopper, because not all of us like to buy online, okay? Some of us are also very sensitive with putting our banking details online. So certain things we just want, you know, we want the traditional way, right? So the very first thing I'm going to advise where to purchase flights is your basic shops, like your Checkers, your Game, your ShopRite, right? This is for your more traditional shoppers, your conservative shoppers who necessarily want to go and buy and get it. They don't want to be getting an email confirmation, SMS. They want like something physically, you know, confirmed, like print out a ticket, you know, a receipt to say, this is your flight, this is your proof of payment, you have been booked for XYZ. So if you're a traditional shopper and you're someone who doesn't really use their smartphone much, and you are just not comfortable with going online, or you can't literally drive out to the airport to go, you know, buy a ticket, because that's also not a feasible thing to do, right? You can literally go to a ShopRite, a Checkers, and Game. They do sell flights, and let me tell you about this. So what's nice is you're assisted by a staff member over there who's there. So they'll advise you that we have the available flights. We have this airline, we have that airline, we have that airline, and these are the times of the airline. And if you have to take this complete flight, and we just process everything. Obviously, you need to have your ID there, guys. When you do go book your flights, they're going to need your ID, because they need your ID number and they need your full names as per your ID. Okay, so make sure you have your ID on you when you do go book your flights. Okay. So they'll take that, they do everything, and the consultant will tell you that this is the flight I have. Sometimes they'll even turn the screen to say this is the flight, and they explain, but usually it'll be over the counter, and they give you the information to say these are the flights that are available from the different airlines, and these are the available times. What would you prefer, right? And you'll say, okay, this is the flight that I like, and they give you the prices of the different airlines, and then it gives you almost an idea, okay, this is what this airline is charging. And usually the prices are somewhat similar, okay, similar. Some, yes, some are, you know, higher price, depending on the time, because the prices do differ. If you travel in the early AMs, the price tickets of a flight are going to be much cheaper than someone who's traveling like at 10, between 10 and 1 to 3 o'clock, because those are comfortable times. So you have to pay more, right? You don't have to rush. And then obviously your evening flights are also much, much cheaper, but it's not a convenient time to travel. But we'll get back to that later in the video. So like I said, the consultant, will advise that these are the flights. You then select, and then she literally confirms everything you pay. She prints out your receipt, and there you have your flight confirmation, and the ticket will have your full names. It'll have which airline it is, what time your flight is, and at which airport that it's leaving, obviously, or Tambo, whatnot. So or Tambo is my general use. Obviously, just make sure you also emphasize, I want to be departing for this particular airport, and I'm landing at this particular airport. Always make sure, as a traditional shopper, that you show off your information, where you want the flight to depart, and where you going, where it's landing. Okay, don't make an assumption. Give them the information and make sure and verify that, are you sure it's leaving from OR Tambo to Cape Town International, or is it going to King Shaka? Okay, those are just examples. You could be like going literally anywhere to any airport. Okay, you could be going to East London, you could be flying into a smaller airport like recently I was at Mthatha and stuff like that. So those are smaller airports. Okay, there's also logistics around those that we'll discuss in another video. And yeah, you go about it. She prints it out. You have the proof of payment. You can keep it in a nice envelope, or you can keep it in a plastic sleeve in your book, so that when you go to the airport, you have like confirmation. You see your time, you can browse over. So that is more for our traditional shoppers. Okay, people who don't like shopping on the internet, people like to go to a place, buy something, have the proof of payment, and literally, so that receipt would be your product. That flight ticket receipt would be, okay, here's my good, this is my confirmation, and I'm sure that I've bought the ticket, this is mine, right? That's for the traditional shoppers. Now, moving on, there's a platform that I used to love using quite a bit, right? And it had or specials here and again. Not major specials, but yeah, you can get big specials depending on the day, right? Because they do have specials. Travelstart. Guys, this is one of the most reliable flight booking sites that I've ever used, right? You can download the app. I've created, I have a profile there, and then you save, like you create, put in your name, your banking details, etc., and it's very, very secure. So you don't have to worry about being scammed and whatnot. So I would, however, suggest that you download the physical app onto your phone as to you doing it on the web. You can do it on the web. It's also super secure, but with increase cyber crimes and stuff like that, you don't want to be leaving like your banking details on particular sites, right? So Travelstart is amazing, right? It has a whole range. If you're the type of shopper that likes to DIY and you want to control things and you want to compare prices with the airlines, Travelstart is simple to use, very easy to use. You log on, you type Travelstart. It's got like this blue little logo, circular logo, if I'm not mistaken. Just make sure it's the right app. Okay, there's a lot of scams going on generally. Okay, just make sure you've got the right app, and it's literally easy to use. You put in your departure date, you put in your return date, and you select the number of people. Is if you're traveling by yourself, or you're traveling with your partner, or you're traveling with your family, you input the number of people that are there, and literally it will give you a whole drop down, okay, of all the airlines flying to your destination, the different times, right? And also with this type of app, you can control certain things, because with the flight, guys, there's a lot of things that go into the the overall price. You can ensure if you want baggage, luggage, if you want like to pay for flexible flight cancellations, right? And there's like insurance, there's medical insurance, there's certain things, right? You can literally control those things if you want to make your flight slightly cheaper. So I absolutely love that about Travelstart. It's one of the things that make it easier for you to maybe exercise control of your flights and the price a little bit, just a little bit. Yes, if you have a flexible date, you might have to add 144, and it's something to definitely consider. Contingencies do come up. Maybe something happens and now you have to rebook a flight. You will incur a higher cost if you do not actually, select maybe a flexible date changes. Yes, sometimes it's like 270, 300 Rand, and someone can say, well, that's a little bit too much, right? That's like wasteful expenditure. But if you do have the money, I'd highly suggest that you actually invest in that, right? And also loss of baggage. One thing I learned, okay, and I'm gonna maybe do this in a separate video. My flight got cancelled due to weather conditions, and like airlines don't they don't cover for like a cancellation due to weather. Well, that particular airline that I was going through. So you need to think about these insurances. If there's changes and stuff like that, it must not inconvenience you financially. So I would definitely say that add things like flexible date change. That's the only thing I know that usually people, will struggle with, right? So Travelstart, you literally control everything. You can see everything. You can see the different dates. And Travelstart usually has specials or packages on the app that you can actually see, right? And basically, like I said, they also have like WhatsApp confirmation. So they'll send the confirmation of your complete flight. Once you get to the last stages, you input your banking details and you actually buy the flight ticket. You'll get an email confirmation as well as a reminder to your WhatsApp. I absolutely love that, because when it's time to travel the day before, I know I'll just check my WhatsApp and I'll go to my Travelstart, contact, and then the message is there. Everything is then also makes it easier for you when you get to the airport, just to confirm or show, confirmation of your flight, whatever. That I love. It's super, super, super convenient. Send my reminders on my WhatsApp, honey. I love that. And I think they do send you a reminder a little bit before. Okay, so Travelstart is a yes. It's an app I definitely recommend that you guys get and that you guys use for booking your flights. What else? Next one, the next advantage you can use, or next route, if you don't want to buy from Checkers, you don't want to go on Travelstart, you're not happy with like certain sites, you can directly go into the airline's website. Like you can go to Airlink's website and book from them. Sometimes people do say that they'll have like discounts and stuff. You can go to FlySafe. Remember, they'll have a whole calendar, and nowadays they usually have the prices, the average price for traveling on a particular day for that whole calendar. So you'll see that there's certain dates where the price is slightly lower as compared to month end and beginning of the month, because people are paid, people are moving around. So you definitely can then choose when to travel. If you're the type of person who wants to travel cheaper, you don't want to be booking necessarily very expensive flights, there are certain days that are reserved that have slightly cheaper flights, and they can be running specials on those days. The trick is to checking these websites regularly and to see if there is an offer. Some people can literally get a flight from Johannesburg or Tambo to Cape Town like on a 500-600 rand, right? And that's on special, right? Nowadays, obviously, because of certain airlines losing their license and having, there's not as much competition, the prices do tend to be higher. But on a day where they are dishing out a special, you can get something for 600-700 rand. But that was back in the day. But I'm just saying that if a special is there, look at those calendar, go back to the website. And it's nice to book directly from the airline as well. So that is another way. So choose your airline. If I want to fly South African Airways, go onto the South African Airways website and book directly from their website. That is the third way of actually booking your flight. If you're not a traditional shopper, you don't want to go to ShopRite and ShopRite Game and Checkers. And then if you're not also a Travelstart person, you don't like to be on different websites, maybe you don't like cookies and stuff like that, because nowadays they ask you to accept these cookies, right? You can go directly into the airline's website. That is the third way. The fourth way of booking a flight, which is something that I love to do also regularly nowadays, is using your banking app, depending on the bank, of course. One of my all-time favorites is the Discovery Bank, right? If you're a Vitality person and you have a Discovery Vitality, do you guys know that you can book your flights on your banking app? Is that the bank, you just log onto your Discovery account, right? And you can book. And Vitality reward members get like 25 to 50% off, and some already, on depending on the level that they're on, get 75% off of their flights. Imagine that. If you're looking for a good bargain, then Discovery, and you're a regular traveler, then Discovery app and joining Vitality would be something good to consider. I will, however, say this. If you're joining if you want to go the discovery route, it's good. You have to join the Vitality, and Vitality is like 300 plus per month, right? So make sure that you just move your whole lifestyle into that discovery bank account, right? Where maybe you get your salary in there, so that that 300 Rand is a part of your normal bank charges, right? Because if you have a check account and whatnot, premium private clients, you pay like a certain sum a month. So you don't want to be paying at your normal bank, and then just make sure that you are earning in your discovery. You'll therefore enjoy more things, and there's a lot of things to be enjoyed at that, and I think I'll make a separate video about that so that you guys know that, okay, this is where the bargains are at. So discovery flights are amazing. I feel like for me personally, they have some of the best travel deals. Like flight wise, their prices are on. If you're a good Vitality member who is active, playing their role, and you've got like, because it starts from 10%, I think 15%, you can get to 25%, 50%. Okay, I need to get there. Okay, I need to really get there so I can literally travel close to nothing, right? So another app, I know Discovery is good. I know I've booked also on my FNB because I am an FNB person, and FNB, I think it's like 10% off, right? And they also have like an e-bucks thing. I think you can use your e-bucks to, depending on your level, obviously, to get like a discount, which is also very nice. Also very secure. Like using your banking app to buy flights is super, super, super secure and safe. That's what I like about buying from the banking apps. And also already the prices will be discounted. Okay, depending on the discount that you actually qualify for, both on Discovery and FNB that I found, it'll already be discounted. Okay, you don't have to wait to the last stage to get a discount. They'll show you that this, or you can select and then they do the discount at the end. But it's easy. You can do it from literally the comfort of your home on your smartphone, and you don't really need to, bother anyone. The only thing I will say, pay attention to your flight times, the flight that you select, verify again and again and again before you make that purchase, because if you make a mistake, you cannot change, especially if you don't have flexible date change options in your flight, right? And then I know with Capitec that you don't necessarily get a discount, but if you swipe the Capitec card for buying a flight, you can get 100 Rand off. I think I once did it back in the day, okay, when I still used like Capitec as a student and stuff when I was booking a flight, and that 100 Rand does go a long way. We are looking to travel on a budget, and we're trying to save as much coins so that we have enough money for our actual trip. So I'll definitely recommend that if you don't have, if you're not using these other banks, maybe a more elite bank, account option and stuff, Capitec does give 100 Rand off local flights and 400 Rand off of international. It's something to consider. Use it to your advantage. Like, why are you not doing so, right? And then Nedbank also has like this 20% discount, and it's a partnership they do with Travelstart. Back to Travelstart, honey, it is the place to be. So if you're a Nedbank user, and I think it's got the gold credit check card or something, I think it's gold credit card members, they enjoy the 20% off, right? So make sure you're banking right, or if you're using a particular bank, go and check out what do they have. Can you book flights? So I just did those three. I'm not a Nedbank girly, but I just know that they have that. So just check with your bank, check on the app, check on which account, because the different accounts have different privileges and enjoy different things, right? If you need to upgrade to maybe get access to certain things and it's not coming at a hefty cost, then do the upgrade. Okay, do the upgrade. Like there's certain things, there's a certain bank I'm not going to leave because of the flexibility and functionality and access to certain things, right? Like I'm a creator and PayPal. The one bank, you guys know that I think they're the only bank still that are, where you can literally draw from your PayPal account on the app, and they stay winning for that for me, right? And obviously there's a whole lot of things on that app that are amazing. So just make sure you're banking right. You don't want to go and then take a product that's beyond you. Remember, we're staying bougie, and that's another way of booking flights. And then guys, there are websites, right? I'm not talking about corporate travel. We'll do agents and stuff in my corporate travel video. You can use other websites like Cheap Flights. It's the yellow app that people like to use. I do, however, recommend that you use the ones that I've given you, because for ease, right? And you want something that you can use that's easy to understand, that's easy to navigate, and it's also easy to make payment and get confirmation, right? You don't want something that's gonna give you drama. Okay, for all the people who want to travel, okay, this December, and you've never booked a flight, or you've done it and you're still not comfortable and you're not sure where to go, I've given you things. Okay, we have already, okay, we have the first, what did we discuss? Traditional shoppers. You can go to Checkers, you can go to ShopRite. Okay, I've once bought at ShopRite. I'm not sure if Pick n Pay does. I think they may have, but I don't want to be too quick on that one. ShopRite, Checkers, and Game. Traditional shoppers, you can go in store and buy your flights. And then we have Travelstart for all the independent people like me who like to control everything. You can use your Travelstart. And then we also have the direct airlines where you can just go to their websites, right? I don't usually use that. And then we have the banking apps, which is one of my favorites. I do that. Okay, me and my Discovery app. Okay, we're here, right? So that's my way of purchasing flights, and also my F&B app. I've also been purchasing flights from there as well. Now, I want to note something for you love bugs, right? So when you are traveling, I want you to be careful of your travel times. If you're going to the airport, this is a note. I will do a video on etiquette, right? Please be careful of your travel times. If a flight says, if you've booked a flight from 6 o'clock in the morning and it's going to arrive maybe, let's say, from 6 to 8, 7:30 or whatever it is, do you realize that you have to be at the airport an hour and 30 minutes at the minimum? This is what I'm setting for you. I know formally it's like an hour, like you need to be at the airport an hour before. I'm going to say at the minimum an hour and 30 minutes. And this is why I say this, especially if you're not familiar with the airport and how everything is working. The last thing you need to be doing is huffing and puffing, pulling luggage, maybe losing things because you're pulling trolleys, and maybe you're not paying attention to where you're being, and you're starting to panic because the airport signage is really, really good. It's easy. There's a lot of securities there who can really direct you. But you want to arrive on time, right? Some people are using the train to come in. Some people are using Uber. Some people are being dropped off, right? Sometimes, let me tell you, when you're traveling to the airport, there'll always be a test of some kind, especially when you are running late, right? There usually can be a roadblock. I remember driving from Kokstad to King Shaka. There was a roadblock, but I had left really, really early. So I still managed to get to the airport an hour and 30 minutes before, even though I was stuck in a roadblock. Do you see those type of things? So you want to make sure you get there on time. Also, if there's an issue with your luggage, let's say you've got overweight luggage, you do leave and go to a separate queue to go pay for overweight luggage, depending on the airline. Some airlines you can pay literally at the consultant helping you, but usually they send you to a special little office, and then you guys pay for your overweight luggage depending on how much you've exceeded the weight, because you usually get 20 kgs on your flight ticket. And make sure you're buying the flight that it allows you a bag 20 kg, and I think your hand luggage that you take onto the plane is like 4 kgs, I think, at the max, right? 4 to 7, I'm not sure, but I think it's 4. So you'll be able to then go queue, because if you have to queue that side, now I remember I had overweight luggage. Now I went that side, they literally gave me some like a little receipt thingy to go that side to pay, and then they release my ticket there, so that it makes it easy for me. I don't have to go pay and come back here, because I once had overweight luggage. I had to go that side, pay, and then come back and get my ticket. But nowadays it's like, if you go that side, they'll release your ticket and you just can proceed to like the boarding gates. So make sure that if you're a lazy person and you cannot wake up on time, do not book a 6 o'clock flight, a 7 o'clock flight, an 8 o'clock flight, or a 9 o'clock flight, right? Because if you are staying far out as well, let's say you get an Uber or someone is bringing you and there's an issue with the car, maybe on the road, they need to change tires and whatnot. You might think it's a small thing, but it's going to consume time and it will fail you. If you miss the time to actually check in, they do close the boarding gates and you will get left behind and you have lost money for a flight that you purchased. Okay, I always advise people, when you go to the airport, if you are late, you are an hour 30 minutes late. Okay, that's how much enough time you have. That's late. Other than that, I always say to people, if you want to really enjoy yourself, sit nicely, go to a lounge or go have some food, make sure if your flight is at 10 o'clock, minimum you are at the airport at 7:30. Go check in, go eat, okay, do whatever. It might 2 hours 30 minutes is a long time, right? Because some people want to go eat, have breakfast, whatnot, do whatever. Maybe you want to do light shopping or catch up on emails or whatever it is, but you don't want to be rushing. Okay, So that's what I wanted to tell you guys, right? Do not inconvenience yourself. Also, late flights, guys. I don't encourage night flights because they may be cheaper, but now the admin of moving from the airport to your hotel and whatnot late at night means more expensive costs from your Uber or your shuttle services, because they do charge different rates for the different, like if it's at night, it's definitely going to be up, because now what's happening, you don't have access to as much, transportation and stuff like that. And also you want to check in on time, because some hotels have, like, you can check in from 2 o'clock up until 6, and they after hours they start charging you, because there has to be hotel staff or personnel, B&B stuff, whatever, where you're at a hotel, B&B, whatnot, after. But hotel, literally, I think they have like a desk that operates 24/7. Okay, so make sure that you're traveling in a comfortable time, especially if you're going to a place that you don't know. You don't want to be traveling in and out at night, and then just experiencing horrible things because you chose to travel at night. So that is it for now. Oh yes, the last thing, checking in the night before. If you're traveling tomorrow, you got to check in tonight. So you're going to go onto the website, or you're going to go into your email confirmation and check in, because usually you'll have gotten an email confirmation. Check in. What are the joys of checking in the night before is that sometimes you can literally select your window seat, because you can select your seat. Check in, select the seat. Then you don't have to be like me, who's going to fight for a window seat literally at the counter, because child, I will fight for a window seat. Because I get to the airport quickly, I'm able to actually get a window seat. Okay, because most people haven't. Some people just forget to check on in the night before, but I know a whole lot of people who check in the night before. I just need to get back in the game. Okay, and I do fly quite often, but I just forget. But I'm the type of girl, I am guilty as charged. I will fight for a window seat. Okay, if you want to enjoy your flight experience and see and get a glimpse of the clouds and take pictures, you definitely gotta be at the window seat. So if you are a new flyer, make sure when you've booked, okay, this is going to be a problem for traditional shoppers, because they don't want anything from emails, they don't want electronic stuff. Log online the night before, book and pick a window seat. It has like a seating plan, and you can see where the window seats are, and you just select the seat and you do that. However, I think it was on Travelstart, where you're able to actually pick your seat and you pay more. I can't remember where I was booking, because I'll be booking flights from different platforms, bank, whatnot, Travelstart, whatnot, and you're able to literally book a window seat and pay a little bit extra. I think it was FlySafair. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I've been flying quite a bit. I think it was FlySafair, where you can pick, okay, while you're buying the ticket. So, child, and you pay a little bit extra, obviously, for booking those seats before. From what I can remember, I just can't remember which airline it was. So yeah, make sure you check in the night before, so you can get the right seats. Don't be like me, where you're fighting, where you are fighting for a window seat at the counter. I'll be like, girl, oh no, it's a window seat, girl, I'm early. She's like, why don't you check in the night before? Well, I forgot. I know you have a window seat. They're like, yeah, we have plenty, book. Okay, so the later you come, you're going to be left then sitting in a place that you don't want to sit. Okay, and if you're traveling like a family, you guys might then just end up being dispersed, because then they'll just allocate you to where the empty seats are, and that's not nice. If you're a first time flyer, you're flying with your family, make sure check in on time, or arrive at the airport like me 2 hours before, and make sure you get the seat that you want. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Guys, please subscribe, please like, please tell your friends to tell the other friends to come check out what we've got. Subscribe, click on that notification bell, and I'm going to see you in my next video, where I speak about airport etiquette. Bye, lovies.